Hey everyone, it is Flynn Patrick once again, and in this video we will be releasing the number 76 player in the NBA for 2017-2018. I'm super excited to be with you all today. This player is one of the more underrated point guards in the NBA, especially for this past season, and he has been a steady veteran for a long time, so let's get right to it. The number 76 player in the NBA for 2017-2018 is going to be Darren Collison of the Indiana Pacers. A consistent point guard with a very high basketball IQ. This man only averaged 1.2 turnovers a game, which is ridiculous basketball IQ compared to his 5 assists a game. Also had ridiculous shooting efficiency, shooting 50% from the field and 47% from the three-point line. Holy macaroni, that is incredible shooting efficiency for a point guard, and that should be being talked about more. I would even go as far to say this was by far the best overall season of Darren Collison's career. At 30 years old, he cracked our top 80 at number 76. He had some nice games. Mostly early in the season were his more stellar games, including a 30.8 assist performance versus Memphis in November. He also had a really nice 15.16 assist game versus Minnesota in October. He also shot a career high 88% from the free throw line. He was a little bit inconsistent in the playoffs, but he did have 23 points in game 7 versus Cleveland, and he had some really nice performances as a whole, and as a whole I would say he was pretty good in the playoffs, so he was a little bit inconsistent, but didn't affect his ranking that much. I would say he played his role extremely well this past season, and at 30 years old, he played to his full potential. If he had played like 5 to 6 more games at the same level he played when healthy, probably could have finished in our top 70. The only way I could really see him moving up any further next season was if he got an expanded offensive role in that Indiana Pacers offense, but barring injuries to other pieces, Indiana is a pretty deep team with a lot of scoring options, so I'm not necessarily sure I see that happening. He does have a bargain of a contract. He is signed for 1 more year at $10 million a year, and that is a steal for a player of his caliber. I would say he is about a $15 million value player right now. He only has $2 million of that contract guaranteed as well, but with how he played this last season, I see that full contract becoming guaranteed. I could also see him being traded, whether this summer or before the trade deadline. They do have Corey Joseph as a backup point guard who is younger, and he is a pretty solid player himself, and with Darren Collison's expiring $10 million contract, especially as a top 80 player in the NBA, his trade value is really high right now from what I am seeing. Thank you all so much for joining us today. My name is Flynn Patrick, and we will be back shortly with the number 75 player.